Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you about how to complete this Boxplot histogram and data activity. So one way that you can do it is to actually print out the hard copy of it, and you'll have something. Let's see if I have that here. And so then you'll have something that looks like this. Okay, so you have the pieces of sets of data. And so what we'll be doing with this sets of data is seeing how the mean and the median are related. So I can see, for example, here that since this mean and median are very similar, almost the same, then I can tell this would be a data set that's going to go with a symmetric shaped histogram and a symmetric shaped box plot. So what you're going to want to do first, even if you open up the digital activity, you're going to want to look at your data sets and decide the shape of them. Here, the mean is greater than the median. It's quite a bit greater. See, here, this card number 2, this 49.4 is, it's not exactly 50, but it's pretty close. If you're within 1, then it's somewhat symmetric. Here, it's a little bit more. So I think that this one goes on the, let's see, mean is greater than the median. So that would be skewed right. Here, the mean is less than the median. Mean is less than the median, that's skewed left, and so on. So what you want to do is sort your data cards into piles of skewed left, skewed right, and symmetric. And then you're going to do the same thing with your histogram cards. Decide if you have somewhat symmetric, okay, somewhat symmetric, skewed left, or skewed right. Okay, so decide how those cards go. Then you're going to sort your box plots. Somewhat symmetric, skewed right. See how this is stretched to the right? So that's skewed to the right. This one might be skewed right a little bit. Okay. Then this one is, then you have your skewed left ones and then somewhat symmetric. Okay. So what happens then is when you come here, if you choose to do this online, then when you go to the Desmos activity, it's going to load and it'll ask you to sign in to your Google account. And go ahead and sign in as your Google account. So when I do that, then it brings up yours cards will be very scattered. They're just going to be all stacked on top of each other. And honestly, I kind of prefer the doing it physically with paper because this digital version was just a ton of stuff. So let me kind of help you walk through how you can manage the digital version of this activity. So, again, first you're going to sort the cards. You want to drag ones over to the left that are skewed left, put the symmetric ones here in the middle, and then put the ones over here on the right that are skewed right. So, for example, take a look here. Let's see. It's just saying you have this open in more than one place because I did. Oh, so it's not saving it. So let's see what's going on. Let's try this one more time. See if it's saved or else maybe I'm going to continue. Nice. So it's saved how I used to have it. So here we go. So I've already moved a lot of these cards around. I want you to notice that one thing that might help you when there's just so many cards on the screen, there is this one little blank graph. You don't need that one. Just put that off to the side and ignore it. You can, close the cards up. So what I like to do is put my cards together. So there are 2 of the skewed lefts in each kind of card. So I have 2 skewed left box plots, 2 skewed left pieces of data, and 2 skewed left histograms. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move these other ones over here. You have 4 of each kind that are symmetric and 2 of each kind that are skewed right. So once you've kind of sorted those, and close them up when you don't need them. Now let's grab one of the skewed sets of data. So here we go. So what I'm going to do now is, now after I have identified the skew, now I'm going to look at the spread. So I'm going to look at this standard deviation. So I can see on these skewed left sets of data, I've got a larger standard deviation and a smaller standard deviation. So that means I want to look at my cards and I want to see which one's going to have smaller standard deviation, less spread out. And so I'm going to separate these out. And then which one's going to have larger standard deviation. Okay. So, and then I'm going to put together, so here's my small standard deviation, and then here is the large standard deviation. So then I'm going to do the, match up my box plot with the ones that go there and match up my histograms with the ones that go there, and so on. So there's that. And so once you get a matched triple, then you're done. So close, then you've matched that up and close that up and then go set that off to the side and then work with one of your other shapes. So I would probably go ahead and just do the other set of, do the skewed right ones. Now, I'm going to move this over here for a second because I want to show you something with the symmetric ones. There are 4 symmetric cards, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to separate out the data, and I'm going to separate it from least varied to most varied, okay? So go ahead and set out your cards from least varied to most varied. So then when I pull out a set and I look at it, so when I want to look at this set, I'm going to probably going to do the extremes first. That's what I recommend. Look at these 4 cards. Look at these 4 cards and see if you can. So let me just look at these 4 cards here. I'm going to pull them out. And I'm going to see if I can identify the one of the symmetric shapes that look the most varied and the ones that look the least varied, the very most and the very least. So the extremes. Well, in my mind, this one here definitely looks the least. Okay, so then I can match that up. Well, then you find the one that you think definitely looks the most. And then once you have that, go with the 2 in the middle that are closer together. Once you finish off your sets, then you'll have all your sets of triples, and then you can check it on the next page. So see here, press the button to see how you did. So I would check my work. It's checking it. And it says not yet, go back and keep trying. So it won't tell you, but you can go back and then see. Excuse me. You can go back and try and fix some ones. All right. So again, first step, separate them into skewed left, symmetric, and skewed right. Then take each one of those shapes and sort them together with a piece of data, a histogram, and a box plot. All right, good luck to you on your card sorts, and I hope that helps you. Again, you can do it digitally or online. Even if you do it online, whether you do it digitally or online, take a picture at the end if it says you've gotten all your cards and upload that picture to this file of your completed sets. All right, thank you and good luck.